It's Jags! Tonight we talk about why you don't let the internet pick names for anything.
And what it means to be clearly Canadian.
Hey, it might mean that Vegas is now officially a part of Saskatchewan. It's Jags. Oh, it's funny.
I love when the intro rolls and they give us the sound like, hey, you can hear us.
We have sound. Hey guys, we are 13 days without a tech disaster, and we're feeling good about that.
Yeah, feeling great. The Vegas Golden Knights are playing on the ice tonight. Yeah. Things are going well.
All our new friends from Vegas are not watching the show because the game's on. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, and if you're watching the show and you did not grow up in the 90s, you don't know what these are. These Clearly Canadian is a classic Canadian drink. It's kind of like pop or soda for our new Vegas viewers.
Yeah.
It's fruit flavored and delicious, and it disappeared for like 15 years.
It was basically the only pop I was ever allowed to drink as a kid. Clear
Really?
Sparkling water with a little bit of sugar.
Oh, is it actually not pop?
Well, it's cane sugar.
Anyway, so we have some snacks too, courtesy our friend Chris, shrimp crackers.
Oh no, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, and
we're not gonna eat these, are we?
Oh yeah, and this one actually says caramucho.
I don't.
So if we're snacking during tonight's show, you know why. What they say, when in Rome, you all saw how much he struggled with that.
Oh, it smells like rotten shrimp.
Those are fine. So, I mean, if you're new to the show, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Greg. This is Justin. We have a lot of new viewers tonight from Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a show we talk about any and everything. And we ask you, the audience, to kind of comment. To comment, to chat. We have a comment right now from Rick Tiefenbach. Clearly Canadian was the best because you got 20 cents of Sarcan for it.
Recycling, 20 cents, premium.
Yeah, it means bottle recycling.
Milk. We're gonna be covering everything from like kind of tech news, pop culture, fun stuff, get a little bit real later in the show, but yes, your comments drive the show.
Like,
so get on the comments.
Like Ricky, you just saw his comment in the feed, and now it's on the show, and now we're reacting to it. And, get this, the best comment from the last week, which I didn't get.
You didn't get.
Is gets a $10 gift card to anywhere in the world. We will tell you what that is. By the end of the show, someone needs to find out what that is.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Wow! How did I screw that up?
Well, you've been preoccupied. We get into this later, but hey, it's your wife's birthday today. Should we shout out her?
Yeah, this is my wife. Happy 29, Brittany Justine Gogo. My wife is a huge smoke show, and everyone's like, hey, you married up. And I'm like, you bet I did.
A lot of levels.
You bet I did.
So, yeah, anyway, that's why you were a little bit distracted today.
She's at home celebrating without me the way she wants to.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, if you're new, the Grey Cup was this past weekend. The Grey Cup is Canadians' Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the same thing, but ours is very Canadian.
Like, what's the most Canadian thing you can possibly think of? Like, a beaver playing hockey, drinking maple syrup on the side. You know, Canadian.
Yeah, like drizzled in poutine, maybe.
Poutine. Sure, poutine.
Poutine.
But I think this one-upped them, for sure, because we had Shania Twain, which our friends from Vegas should be very familiar with. She came in on a dog sled.
On a dog sled to be greeted by Mounties while it was gently snowing.
Like, it was, look at this. It was snowing. It was a wild, snowy game, and very Canadian.
And we were talking about this earlier today. The only more Canadian thing with this was if she was saluting us with a Tim Hortons double-double.
Go back to that slide.
Yeah.
Is the guy in the background wearing a Rider jersey?
Where?
34?
Or is that an Argos? Yeah,
No, it's Argos jersey.
No, it's a Rider jersey.
Mark sees green. He's using green.
That's good.
I bleed green.
Anyway, kind of cool. Kind of cool. Now, some people are tuning in and be like, Greg, why are you wearing the Vegas Golden Knights jersey? And I don't know if you guys saw this video.
Yeah, we'll play the video on our case for why Saskatchewan, our province, needs to adopt the Golden Knights as their team.
Yeah.
Dear Vegas Golden Knights, the people of Saskatchewan have been waiting for someone just like you for a long time.
Yeah, we love hockey. And if you don't believe us, Howe and Trottier, those names mean something to you? Or how about living legends like Scotty Hartnell, Patrick Marleau, Ryan Getzlaff, Chris Kunitz?
Have the Ducks or our boy, Brayden McNabb!
Yeah, he's on your team, man. He grew up in Davidson, Saskatchewan. He knows what we're talking about.
We've got more WHL junior hockey teams than any other province in the country, and we know about sports fanning. Have you met any fans of the Saskatchewan Roughriders?
Yeah, guaranteed they're on the Vegas Strip right now. And still, all this together, no NHL team.
Yeah, and the teams that they've given us around here, well, they suck. Vancouver, they just riot all the time. Edmonton, give them 53 first overall picks, they still suck.
Yeah, no one wants to play in the Saddle Dome. And to the east of us, we got Winnipeg, and, well, name 4 good things about Winnipeg.
There's none. Here's why it makes sense for us in Saskatchewan to cheer for you guys.
Yeah, you guys have more Canadian talent than any other Canadian NHL team. with the exception of Ottawa, nation's capital, whatever.
Tomorrow, if we wanted to go watch an NHL game, it's cheaper to fly to Vegas than any other city.
It's like you're begging us to come down there and cheer for you. As well, you got this amazing Twitter feed that is funny, and we're funny
fun.
in Saskatchewan.
We're fun.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know if you've noticed, it's freaking cold here, and we need somewhere warm to go in the wintertime.
Yeah, so we want to bring our 1.13 million residents to your fan base, and all we need from you is just a little gesture.
A gesture, like, you know, you give the quarterback's jacket or a class ring. We've got some ideas for you of things you can do to show your love for us.
Yeah, like things like putting some deer sausage underneath the ice as a ceremonial, we love you.
Or changing the name of all of your hoodies in your store to Bunny Hugs.
Yeah, or what about in T-Mobile Arena always serving pierogies? That'd be kind of a good
that'd
idea.
be good. Or maybe just a little Saskatchewan flag on the back of the helmet. Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, up to you. We don't care. We just want to know that you love us as much as we love you.
I'm excited to introduce the province's first NHL team, the Saskatchewan Vegas Golden Knights. We're gonna go tell the premier about it right now. Woo! Go Vegas!
So we did this video and we were completely serious. And it was cold out. You can tell we did that like 7 different takes because our noses were cold.
And the mic was broken.
And
different tech disaster.
The people in Vegas are incredible. Like, they're so friendly. They're tweeting tonight. They're tweeting the T-Mobile Arena, the Vegas Golden Knights. The puck dropped at 9 o'clock Central Time.
Yep.
And they're like, hey, we have free tickets for you. Come down. You can hang out with us.
They're tweeting the arena saying, get pierogies on the menu. We want it. I don't even know if they know what they are, but they're in it.
Yeah, and just before we go on even further, I want to get some comments on the screen here. So Patrick Carswell says, what if it wasn't snowing? And I'm like, well, Patrick, I hate hypothetical questions. Like, what if there was dragons in the audience?
No, but how would you get the dog sled across the field without snow?
No, they knew it. They had, like, miniature ponies that would have filled in.
Okay.
But a caravan. And actually, J.J. Elliott says, with all that snow, could we call it the White Cup? And I'm like,
So
yeah,
the Grey Cup. No.
You would. But that'd be weird to call it the White Cup.
That'd be weird.
Right?
Yeah.
In this day and age, it'd be weird to call
I
it
like this comment from Matty O'Connell here. He says, Greg, does that jersey still have the tags on it?
Listen, every jersey does. Like, check it out.
No,
They're still on the
there's
tags.
like, what?
What?
There's still...
Oh, I forgot to cut them off. That's so strange.
And I see the receipt here. You probably returned that jersey.
I was wondering what was like.
They're like $220, and if things don't maybe pan out, we're just trying to, like, you know, hold on and see what happens.
That was weird, because I was like, oh, that's bugging my arm. Thanks, Maddie, for helping out the cause. Anyway, back to Vegas. So that tweet, we were at Braden McNabbs from Davidson, Saskatchewan. So we said, hey, Braden,
just down the street,
thinking of you. And the guy's like, hey, this is funny.
Yeah, he retweeted it, and it's gone a little bit wild. We had the Vegas Golden Knight Ultimate fan reach out to us.
Yeah, his name's Sean. He's at the game tonight. Sean, you can call yourself the Ultimate fan because you have this incredible outfit.
Yeah, like, it's one of those things where people say, like, oh, my nickname is this or my nickname is that, and, like, you can't give yourself a nickname, but with an outfit like that armor, can we look at that?
Yeah, check that out. So Sean said, hey, guys, I'm going to make your dream come true, and I'm actually going to print the Saskatchewan flag and put it on my helmet, and take a photo of it, and send it to you. So, Sean, we're waiting for you. So tonight, after, I think they're playing the Ducks there and something like that, but who cares what the Ducks?
They're playing the Stars.
Yeah, who cares what the Stars, even worse.
Yeah. Hey, it's on Sportsnet, though.
It was fun. Things happen.
Yeah. Let's skip that. All right. First story here.
Let's get into the show. So, raise your hand if you ever seen a Disney movie before you're of the age of 10.
Yes. Okay, yeah, we're, this is all of us raising.
Try and imagine your life without Disney movies as a kid. Do you guys hear that? It's creaking. What is going on here?
Actually, try and think about movies you watched as a kid that were cartoons that weren't Disney movies. Like, can you guys name a movie that wasn't a Disney movie that was a cartoon that you watched growing up as a kid, like animated?
These are terrible.
Okay.
Those are terrible. Shrimp crackers are never coming back in me.
Ravi Ramdeo says, I bet Sean's suit doesn't have tags on it.
Hey,
yeah, that's probably true.
What are the chances, you guys? Like, that's so strange.
Hey, I think it's first comment there. Thanks for tuning in the show there, Ravi.
Anyway, so we're talking about, like, and so this is Sleeping Beauty. If you haven't seen it, I actually don't think I've seen it from beginning to end, but we all know the story, right?
I watched it on my aunt's Betamax. She didn't do the VHS thing. She did Beta, or is it Betamax? Betamax?
Something. Alicia says Anastasia.
Is that not a Disney movie?
Yeah, I don't think it is, actually.
Oh, did somebody have up there, because I just thought of one, Fievel Goes West? Did anybody ever watch
Oh.
Feifel Goes West. That is a money.
What's
money.
his name? Feifel?
It's Fievel.
Fievel?
Yeah, because
Fievel.
I'm like, isn't Feifel like a musician or
it's
something?
fine. Ricky Diefenbach says Fern Gully, Andrew Russell, Disney Sunday Nights.
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
Presented by
here.
Disney. So, I mean, it's all part of our heritage, and we all know the stories off by heart, and most of us will look back on those things and say,
Yeah.
hey, they were all in good spirits and good context. Well,
Unless your name is Sarah Hall, let's read her tweet here. She says,
hey, Sarah.
Tell you what, while we are still seeing narratives like this in school, we are never going to change ingrained attitudes to sexual behavior. Hashtag me too, hashtag consent, hashtag my son is 6.
So, what do you think about that? Sarah says stop supporting the Sleeping Beauty.
So, yeah, because I guess in her context, the prince kissed the princess without any consent.
Which I guess is true.
And do I ever think it's okay for you to go and kiss a girl while she's sleeping or touch a woman in any way? Well, no.
No. I mean, this is obvious. He shouldn't have to say it, but he's going to say it.
Except, what about CPR?
Right, like we were talking about this with my wife last night. She's like, well, what about CPR? You don't
she
consent
brought it
to
up.
CPR.
Like, do you wait for consent or do you just let them die? And I think this is something where this maybe sometimes goes a little bit too far, where we are so worried about this when we don't realize the prince was actually a good guy. Like, he wasn't a giant D-bag going, I see this girl, I'm going to go kiss her.
In fact, he was Prince Charming.
He was Prince Charming. I think he was trying to save her life because she'd been in a coma for 40 years. Not a coma, I don't know, a magical spell or something.
Yeah, so which I say, and I'm giving you full permission, okay? If you find a princess that is put under a magical spell, and she's been there for a long, long time,
Like 40 years.
you are allowed to try and wake her up. I can go on the record and say that.
Yeah. But if...
With a peck. Peck. If that's what the spell breaks the spell, the guy knew it would break the spell.
Jasmine Frank says, one time I tried kissing my husband while he was sleeping and he bit me. Well, she said, and he bite me. But the same thing.
That's kind of heavy.
It's one of those things. Obviously, Me Too is a very important movement, and that is one thing. But I don't know if we help it when we take it so far this other way, when it's a little bit, I don't know, a little bit ridiculous. But some of it is, sometimes I think we're worried about the education system or other things teaching our kids as opposed to us teaching them. Because I can have a conversation with my 6-year-old and figure this out.
So, Clark, thanks for tuning in, Clark. He says, I missed the first 10 minutes. Give me a quick recap in 10 words or less. This is good.
Yeah.
Las Vegas, that's 2. Canada, that's 3.
Yeah. Grey Cup,
Birthday,
White Cup.
amazing.
That's basically where
That's where we're at now.
Anyway, I don't know what you guys think about this, and I understand two sides, but this can just get a little bit.
Yeah, I think in today's world, it's important to understand we're all trying to make the world better.
And in the story of this story, we know that the prince's intentions are good, right? We know that they're good.
Yeah, we actually asked the animator, and he said, "I drew the prince, and his intentions were good." So, we're fine.
Anyway,
you see my tags?
I'm going to take some responsibility. It's terrifying for me to think about raising. I have a 5-year-old. He's almost 6-year-old. And I think, oh, man, this is a wild world. But I'll have the conversation with him, not just have the whole world fix everything.
Dallas Fair Day. I might just pull my kid out of school and let Jags teach them. Wonder how that turned out. I have no idea who Jags is without the T. But if it's us...
Classic military crime show. Jags.
Jags. Oh, yeah.
That actually would turn out pretty well, Dallas.
Yeah, probably better than if you watch this show. That's for danger.
Yeah, I mean, they would have fun. Your kids would have fun, but... Speaking of princesses...
Speaking of princesses...
We told we would announce it today live on the show. Meghan Markle...
Should we cover her face?
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are officially engaged. You heard it here first.
Well, no, not first.
You heard it all over the world.
Yeah.
Derek Robinson, whoa, Greg, take the tags off your Vegas jersey so they don't think you're going to take it back.
We're trying to court them to be our NHL team.
Cut them off. Cut them off.
I don't know, Kate. What I want to know is anybody from Vegas watching the show. If you're from Vegas and you comment and you say, yeah, I'm from Vegas, we will cut the tags off.
Yeah, Derek Robinson voting, running for MLA in
we just, we're asking for a little bit of give and take here, you guys. So
yeah,
a little bit of give and take. If we hear from some of the Vegas fans that you're watching the show.
Fully committed. I mean, I feel embarrassed that I'm wearing the tags in the first place. Justin's like, don't cut it off.
No,
I'm like, I'm going to cut it off.
The jersey is on my credit card, not your credit
there you
card.
go, Chris Holcomb, I'm from Vegas.
You're not from Vegas,
Cut it.
You're right here.
Cut it. Cut
You're
it.
not, you're sitting right here.
But maybe he's from Vegas.
I paid for the jersey. So, anyway, princesses.
So, Meghan Markle is
Okay,
becoming...
one, her name is not Meghan, it is Rachel.
So Justin's a thing for Megan. His wife's
No.
name is Megan.
Yeah, and I don't have a thing for her because her name is Rachel.
No,
I don't know who this Meghan Markle character is you keep talking
For
about.
those of you who are uninformed, Meghan Markle plays Rachel in the show Suits.
Yes. What plays? No, her name is Rachel.
Actors. Anyway, so she's an American princess. Marrying Prince Harry. I think it's kind of cool. She's actually...
Myth. My wife is in here saying she's Canadian.
A lot of people think she's Canadian. She's actually not. She's fully American. She just works in Toronto where they film Suits. Dallas Verde, hashtag we're all from Vegas. Cut them!
No.
We're doing it.
We're in.
We're from Vegas.
I mean, I love the idea of being from Vegas.
Well, we are now. Like, you just bought a jersey. I didn't pay for it.
Yeah, it sounds good. Ricky T. says winner's circle with NHL jerseys. You ruined it, Greg.
What?
We could have returned the jersey, got a different jersey if this
We
didn't
just
work
buy
out.
another one. You don't have one, so...
We could buy one. I bought it.
So anyway, Meghan Markle is marrying Prince Harry. She's going to be an American princess, and I think it's kind of strange because everyone kind of grows up with this idea of what a princess is like. But what I find, CC Meghan, CC my wife Brittany, is that people think that the character Rachel is marrying Prince Harry, and they're livid about it.
Yeah, because she's not the most, like, she cheated on people in the show. You know, she's maybe not the most upstanding. She's like a paralegal who, like, kind of through some shady stuff ended up becoming a lawyer. And she's marrying the Prince of England?
We got to separate this fact from reality. Meghan Markle is the nice American lady who's marrying Prince Harry and going to live happily ever after, like they always do.
Isn't she Canadian?
No, she's not Canadian.
Isn't she Canadian?
She's not Canadian.
I thought she was.
Is she Canadian?
I thought she was Irish.
Irish. I think she's from Zimbabwe.
No, the Canadian actress was the actress who played Superman on Smallville. Lana, I think her name was, something like that. Laura, I don't know. Anyway, she was Canadian. Rachel is American. Quit trying to make everyone Canadian.
I mean, I guess, you know, for some people the sad thing is now, like, the royal family is literally ruining Suits.
No, this is great because Suits is ruining itself.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that
That's actually
Meghan is leaving, I'm like, hey, guess what, Suits?
Rachel.
You can stop the show now. Because everyone I know that loves Suits, and a lot of us did, go, it's gone on too long. I don't
It
care.
has gone on too long. Dallas Verity says Jags going full TMZ. Yeah, here's the problem is, this is why I hate television shows. I hate television shows because the goal of TV shows is to never end. And I think that is what is wrong with TV because it's always, how do we keep it going? How do we keep it going? How do we keep it going? And it ends up being boring. Like, first few seasons of Walking Dead, amazing. First chunk of The Office, amazing. First chunk of Suits,
It's just
amazing.
like this segment. How do we keep it going and going and going? But then
Wow.
it's just kind of
Oh, man.
One major difference is they're making money off it. We are wasting everyone's time.
Exactly. So it is wildly different. Anyway, they need to end it because, like, Band of Brothers, miniseries, amazing.
True Detective on
Night
HBO.
Manager, amazing. True Detective, amazing. Just end it. Anyway, so I'm happy she got engaged and Suits can finally die.
Chris Holcomb says, this is why the British office rules, to which I say, double thumbs down. I do not enjoy when people are like, hey, the British version was funnier. Because it's not. It's not funnier. We're all laughing at the American version.
Actually, the best story out of all this was this tweet from Patrick Adams, who plays Rachel's partner in Suits, Mike Ross. And she said she was just going out for some milk.
To which I say to Mike, or Patrick, whoever his name is, her name is Meghan Markle. She's not Rachel. It's over.
Rachel Zane.
It's over. I'm exhausted. So that was probably the tweet of the week, I would
That
guess.
was a funny tweet. Okay, funny tweet, but not the tweet of the week. That actually comes from McDonald's, who tweeted on Black Friday, Black Friday, need copy and link. Which, if you're not from this world, this is like somebody preloading and sending the tweet to whoever the copywriter and the person is to say, make sure you put copy in this before you send this out. And they didn't. They tweeted it out, to which our favorite Twitter account on the internet got in on that,
Wendys.
which was Wendys. And they said, when the tweets are as broken as the ice cream machine, which is a funny tweet because if you've been to McDonald's more than 3 times trying to get a milkshake or ice cream, one of those times, it's broken.
I think it's amazing because Wendy's does not care about you or your feelings. They're like, hey, you're vulnerable at McDonald's? And then tried to recover, saying, hey, we forgot to have coffee or whatever. And it was like, no, we're going to crush you right now, and the world's going to love us. So McDonald's was retweeted like 22,000 times. Wendy's 300+ thousand times.
Yeah,
because
280,000 retweets, to which they then tweeted, we're going to end up owing ourselves a year of free chicken nuggets at this rate.
Yeah, like, Wendy's is so good at what they do. It's like, why don't we all just go buy their burgers?
Well, they're really good at Twitter, but their Twitter account is so much more fun and funny and clever than the experience we go into Wendy's. If we went into Wendy's And when you ordered something there, the person behind the counter was like really sassy, you know, and kind of gave it to you. In fact, in Vegas, our Vegas friends can maybe comment, there's a restaurant there where they insult you the whole time when you're in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't do well.
Like, they basically, in there, they just make fun of you, they cut you down, they do it, and people pay to go for that experience. That's what Wendys needs to do. Take the Twitter account, apply it to the rest of the chain.
Yeah, I wouldn't do well, because they'd be like, if they said, hey, Greg, your pants are too short, I'd be like, ha ha. But if they said, hey, your hair's thinning, and that's embarrassing for everyone involved, I'd be like, that is so true, and I don't know how to deal with that.
You just cry?
I wouldn't cry, I would be hurt. Jason Benson.
Jackson.
You read it.
Jackson. Wendy's has the Coke machines where you can get vanilla Coke. Who cares how the food is? Those new machines are amazing.
Hold on, they do? I have not been to Wendy's in a while.
Well, they just did like a big reno here?
Because
the new thing?
vanilla Coke is so good.
It's so good.
That's one of the reasons I would move to America tomorrow, is because I want vanilla Coke all the time.
That's fair. Jody Monroe Palmer, thoughts on Grey Cup?
Jody, I'm going to ask you to fast forward, and by that I mean rewind to the beginning of the show, and we will tell you how it was. It was a good game.
That was really, though, just about, more so about Shania. And
okay.
We'll talk a little bit more later. But the game, that's why I love the CFL. If you're watching from the States, the CFL is amazing because you can be down by 2 touchdowns with 3 minutes to go, and you have no idea who's going to win the game.
Yeah, and it's the same way with quarter football. You know, like you do like this, you flick it.
Exactly the same way.
Exactly the same way.
Kate Schlinsky says, you guys keep talking about these Vegas friends. Maybe they are imaginary
Katie,
friends.
what difference does it make to you? Whether our friends are imaginary or not.
Maybe the love you have with your husband is imaginary, because that's what he tells us, producer Mark.
Wow. This just went from PG to PG-13.
I'm tired of her. Can you block her?
She's trolling.
Facebook doesn't allow that.
Anyway, on to the next one. This is a funny one. So we found this on the internet. There's a council in London, or in England somewhere, we call, like, you know, Toronto's Canada,
Sure.
London's England. They asked for names. I don't know why we do this.
Yeah.
They asked for names for their plower and their, like, sander.
And they just put it out to the internet?
Right. Hello? Hey, internet, what do you think about this? So the winners were Gritsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Anti-Slip Machine for the sander, and David Plowie for the second one.
Which, I think there was another one here that they put out to name this, royal ship or something?
Some RSRs. And Bodie McBoatface won.
Top 12 about a name of the popular ship.
That's real things. So when people ask the internet for stuff, it's like, hey, like the internet is going to give you what you ask for. Like the internet is the safest, most amazing, I'm going to scratch off the word safest.
Yeah.
Like most creative place on the planet. Garrett Thackeray, is that a digging crane funny, Garrett?
We won't try and name machinery on here. The internet is a really funny place. Like, it's a really offensive place, but it's really funny. But you don't ask them to name anything or really vote on anything. Like the NHL, John Scott Big Goon got named the NHL All-Star captain, and he wasn't an All-Star. But then it makes for amazing stories.
It was the best thing that happened in the NHL. Everyone watched
the All-Star. It was so fun. He scored a hat-trick, got named the MVP, Hollywood movies coming out. So maybe it is good.
Adam Kuzik, honestly, they got what they asked for.
Right.
I agree, Adam. These are a lot of first-time commenters. This is great tonight, guys.
And unfortunately, like with Bodie McBoatface here, this person tweeted, imagine Bodie McBoatface sank and everybody died. Imagine the news having to read that out with a straight face. In today's news, 44 people drowned off the coast of Somalia when Bodie McBoatface crashed.
I could do it.
Go for it.
Today, Bodie McBoatface drowned, and along with it, its captain and crew. Easy.
The boat drowned?
The boat drowned.
Yeah, they personified the boat drowned. Like, I have feelings for these things. Yeah. Anyway, here's my problem with internet polls, is that we, as the internet, give you gold. You ask for gold, like
yeah.
David Plowie, Bodie McBoatface, that's great stuff, and then we're like, hey, vote it in. They always say no. They always say no, we're not going to do it.
Somebody had a tweet, they just said, bet they don't use it, not a chance they call Royal Research Ship Bodie McBoatface. And you know what? Guess what?
They didn't.
They didn't.
They called it David Attenborough. The RSS Attenborough.
No, Attenborough. David Attenborough.
It's not Attenborough. It's Attenborough.
No, you don't. No, it's Attenborough.
Attenborough. No, it's Attenborough. And if you ever want to fall asleep easily, BBC Planet Earth, put it on. It's on Netflix.
And you
Close
can
your
have
eyes.
David Attenborough read to you.
David Attenborough sing you to sleep.
Borrow?
Mrah.
You need to borrow some money and pay for that
anyway,
jersey.
There needs to be a law for internet polls that if it happens on the internet, it is law. Because this happened in Slovakia. The Chuck Norris Bridge was voted in by a landslide, and they said no.
They said no. Like, where is the proper internet regulatory body that says, no, legally you put it out to the internet, you need to follow through?
Yeah, and so the Slovakians said, we're not going to call it Chuck Norris because it's actually like a wartime bridge, and it's an important piece. Hey, guys, don't ask the internet what they think about this.
Like, you put it out to them. It's like, oh, guys, this is really serious.
Like, who asked the internet anything and asked for a serious answer back?
We've got the super serious bridge. We need to come up with a name for it. You know, Wartime Memorial. I know, let's ask the internet.
Right? Greg says, Gareth Thackeray says, Greg, can you say the internet 5 times fast? Don't mind if I do. Internet. That was 5, right?
No, that wasn't 5.
Internet. There's a little bit of lag on that last one.
They're getting close. Okay, next up, we talked about a little bit about this last week, but there was a guy who did a big online bracketing poll for the most Canadian television show. Whoa!
I gotta go.
Easy on me. I gotta go. Clearly Canadian here. We'll come back to that story. Ashley Thackeray says, I think you guys should take another bite of your shrimp chips. Hard pass.
Ashley,
I think you just did.
this guy's belching up a storm here.
It's busy.
Live on the internet, and you are belching. That's amazing.
Have you tried these?
Yeah, they're fine. They're better than the shrimp crackers. Anyway, you were saying something about Mr. Dress Up Belch.
Most Canadian shows on the TV. Well, anyway, a winner has been decided. It's probably tough to see here, but at the end of the day, Mr. Dress Up beat out Kids in the Hall for the most Canadian television.
Yeah,
show.
and I think most of us that are 30 to 40 years of age go, yeah, Casey and Finnegan were a part of raising me.
And I saw some tweets today about it. Melissa Fiacco, I know she said, you know, basically all the way up until kindergarten, she watched it every morning. This is actually the best part about being homeschooled for 6 years was I got to watch all these shows up until whenever I wanted to, 10:30, do my work in an hour and a half, and then go on throughout my day. So
You watched Mr. Dress Up till grade 6?
yeah.
Cool.
Awkward silence. We need like a crickets thing for you.
Okay, but the real best show that I didn't even see in the running here was The Urban Peasant. James Barber, if you don't know this guy, he did cooking shows on CBC, and he taught me how to cook. And I'm a great cook. And I just want to say thank you, James. Tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of your death.
Yeah, hot tip for James the Urban Peasant, wine to everything.
Yeah.
Cooking wine
He
on
drank a lot
everything. It was wild. Ricky Tiefenbach, except Care Bears. I don't actually know the context of that, Ricky, but I agree with you.
Producer Mark?
Best Canadian show.
Except Care Bears. You know what's funny about childhood shows that are Canadian? In this context has changed recently, but I used to watch the show Romper Room. And the woman used to have a mirror, and she would look in it, and she would say names. I see, like, I see Mark, and I see Chris. And one day she said my name. And I looked around the room for this woman, and I was like, where is she? She can see me. And no one told me that I'm crazy, and that it's not real.
Do you guys see what I work with on a daily basis? It's wild.
Manny O'Connell, Justin's math class as a kid was just watching The Price is Right, which sounds...
I don't know if they had that on Peasant Vision.
Sounds accurate. Oh, yeah, it was there.
Did they? Okay.
Yes.
I probably wasn't allowed to watch it. Sorry, Maddie.
Yeah, it was there.
You know, all these ladies jumping. Yeah, anyway.
Which leads us to... Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Ricky Diefenbach, I meant Justin was allowed to watch Care Bears. Well, that is actually 100% true.
Oh, it's so sad. You missed out on Beastly and Shrieky.
Are you serious? Here's a story here. So, Netflix notified their customers in the States that the cost of Netflix was increasing. And they sent it out on Thanksgiving and are notifying people for December 23rd.
Well, it's actually their billing cycle, but a lot of people's billing cycles fall on Christmas Eve, Christmas, post-Christmas, whatever.
So for Sarah, it worked out that basically she got notified and she tweeted, nice timing, Netflix, to tell your customers prices are going up on Thanksgiving. Didn't even bother to thank us for being your customers.
Heavy eye roll, Sarah. Heavy eye roll.
And, you know, a little bit outraged at the timing here. Is this on Netflix? Did they say thank you? Did they do enough? You know.
Straw poll, who has Netflix here? I'm asking you, the internet. We all do. We all have Netflix. It's a part of our culture now.
And, frankly, they're putting out a lot of really, really good content. But I think this tweet helps clarify. Somebody else's take. Finally got the email from Netflix about the $1 price increase. Worth it. Yep. The price went up by $1. And people on the internet are losing their minds over the price increase.
Yeah, I can't buy a chocolate bar for $1.
Like, have you seen the content that Netflix is putting out here? Like, some wild, amazing, some of the best shows on the internet coming from Netflix. Meanwhile, iTunes, $3.50 an episode for one episode. And Netflix puts out all this good stuff. And they want $1 more.
Yeah, and if you need more context, MTV just launched a show called Floribama, and it is the worst. They're not even trying.
My wife says it's great.
They're throwing darts at a dartboard to say, hey, what should we do for a storyline? It's like, hey, let's go to Florida, let's find crazy people, and let's put them on TV. Costs you more than $1.
Is it a good show? It's amazing.
Yeah, if you have no standards in life, it's amazing. But
so, anyway, are you serious, you guys? It's going up $1. You can live, or if you really have a problem with it, I guess step out of Netflix. But
Someone did point out that is 10%.
it makes no difference. It's still $1.
okay, a 1 cent candy goes up by 10% to a penny, point
Good
one
joke.
penny.
It's a funny joke.
What do you mean?
Whoever made the joke,
10%.
props to you. Okay, so anyway, I want to ask everyone to buckle up, buckle your seatbelts, because Justin Rivas is about to get serious with some real talk.
Real talk. Okay, so Grey Cup happened, and Shania Twain was a performer for the Grey Cup.
Award-winning country artist.
Yeah, she sells out year-round in Vegas, doesn't she? She in Vegas?
Yeah, sure.
Friends in Vegas, you can tell us about it. You're not imaginary. We know it. You're just watching a hockey game. We get it. So anyway, she's
Hockey
performing, and you saw the photo from earlier. I think she looked awesome, very Canadian. But Herb, who is a reporter for the Montreal Gazette, and he covers CFL News, tweeted this. Shania looked like a tramp. To which, maybe understandably, the internet started getting a little bit outraged because I don't know if it's ever really that appropriate to tweet somebody and say they look like a tramp. To which Herb tried to back off of his statement with this apology tweet saying, sorry folks, didn't mean to offend anyone about Shania Twain, but way too much makeup and should have dressed more conservatively. Apologies.
Now, I want to defend her, but I can't because tramp's pretty literal.
Yeah.
What you mean there. And then when you back it up and explaining what you mean by what you said, it's like, well, I guess you meant it.
Herb? And I just feel like in this day and age, I guess maybe Herb, you got some gray hair and other things, and maybe that's the world that you live in. And
Is it Herb or Herb?
I don't know.
No,
It's Herb.
Herb is also a media guy as well,
Yeah,
right?
and this is part of it. Is he's a reporter. I would think that he knows better, but the internet definitely told him that he was on the wrong side of the fence on this argument. To which point, I think everybody was calling for him to lose his job and for him to have to resign, and he had to apologize twice more with slightly more sincere apologies, apologize unreservedly. Again, I apologize, I'm sorry, meant no harm, should have kept my mouth shut, yada, yada, yada.
I think the Gazette's part of Post Media, so he's going to lose his job soon anyway, right?
I guess it makes a lot of sense.
It's completely possible. Trying to drum something up, but this is where I'm like, I think he was 100% wrong, and then he had a trial by internet, and a guy could lose. Trish Harrison, hello from Vegas. We want pierogies. Yes, Trish. Yes. How's the first period going? If we get a score update, look at the jersey.
Check out my new jersey spot.
I confirmed earlier on Twitter, Trish is actually from Vegas, and she is watching. So, second, Katie Schmelinski. Anyway.
Can you say that?
Mildly inappropriate.
At least you didn't tweet it.
Anyway, the internet lost their minds, and I think Herb was close to losing his job. And I don't know.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to come in. I'm going to say Herb, whichever you go by, really inappropriate tweet, right? Like, you made a mistake, and you didn't want to back down from it, and that's really unfortunate, right? You don't need to call down Shania. It's unnecessary. But, hey, the rest of us, do we need to crucify this guy and his job because he's ignorant?
Yeah,
and, like, this happens
potentially
all the
forever
time.
ruin his life.
Right, and this is something that I think, because we're in real talk, we get a little bit too carried away sometimes with these witch hunts of saying, like, I want justice, because what Herb did was inappropriate.
Yep.
So I'm going to hunt him down and make sure he loses his job so I feel better about myself. Well, guess what? Like, that's crazy, right? Like, there's accountability. I believe in accountability,
Yep.
but I think we need to take a second look at, like, do we need to, like, ruin people's life? Like, there's lots of examples. Like that guy who shot the lion in Africa, which broke my heart. I mean, I love lions. We go way back, me and the lions. Anyway, he shot this lion. He shouldn't have shot it. And people, like, destroyed this guy's life. Mm-hmm. His family, his livelihood. It was all gone.
Yeah.
He made a mistake. And yeah, he probably should be punished for it. But do we need to, like, destroy his life?
There has to be a happy medium where we all recognize we need to be able to learn. And I hope that Herb or whatever your name is learned your lesson. But I don't think your life should have to be ruined. But maybe you should be able to
I think we
work
just
up
call
from
him oregano and move on.
oregano. Okay.
We do rosemary.
Oh,
I respect that.
I think that would be a justified
Little
punishment.
cilantro.
Yeah.
Herb has to change his name to Rosemary for a year to maybe walk a mile.
Yeah. I'd say
You know?
it's about time.
It's about time. Anyway, slightly more positive note.
No one? About time?
Oh.
Time the herb? Come on, guys. This is good stuff here.
No.
I'm feeling it.
Much more positive news story. I don't know if you guys heard about this one in the news. This woman broke down on the side of the highway out of gas. She didn't break down. She ran out of gas, which, you know, maybe is her responsibility. Whatever. This homeless guy comes up to her and says, hey, keep your doors locked. I'm going to go get you gas. Spends his last $20 that he has on the planet to get gas, brings it back, basically fills up her car and sends her on his way.
Yeah, so her boyfriend went back the next day and gave him $100, to which she was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Thank you so much for that. But then she was like, we need to do more for this guy. Like, this guy's maybe saved my life, did something really, really nice for me. $100 isn't enough. So why don't we start a GoFundMe campaign?
Yeah.
And which we've covered GoFundMe. It's Go Fund Yourself.
Go Fund Yourself.
There's a lot of people that don't deserve
yeah.
to go on GoFundMe campaigns, but this one I thought was
this guy was. You can clearly tell there's a lot of good stuff going on there. And so they get into a GoFundMe campaign and they raised over $300,000 for this guy.
Yeah, which is more than $400,000 up here in Canada. Amazing.
Amazing.
So you're a homeless guy. You wake up one day, you do a nice deed for someone, and the next day, or just next week, you're on Good Morning America and you're $400,000 richer. That's amazing.
It is amazing. And what's kind of amazing is the power that we as society have to take somebody out of a situation and move him into a whole brand new reality that easily.
Yeah, we did that. The internet, the same people who named it Bodie McBoatface because it's funny,
right?
Took this guy from a homeless guy and he said, hey, here's $400,000. We want to give you like a different lifestyle. I'm like, oh, guess what? Guess what, guys?
We have an opportunity.
We can do that every single day.
There's actually a lot of amazing causes when you actually go on here and you look.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons. Jared Hillman, first comment, Jared. Want fancy wedding, GoFundMe. Yeah, I mean, and this is the kind of stuff that it happens all the time. Like, hey, I want to throw a $200,000 wedding. GoFundMe. And there's that woman we made fun of that was like, hey,
I want to live my dreams. I don't want to work. You know, raise $1 million. No, go fund yourself. But in these situations, we can go fund some good people.
Side note, I actually think we should interview her on the show. To be like, do you still want us to give you $10 million because you think you deserve it? Because that's just a different worldview I want to get a hold of.
I think the world has corrected her as the mob does sometimes where they move people past. I hope your life wasn't ruined from you making that mistake, but
just a gentle nudge in the right direction.
So we've come up with the Jags Christmas Challenge.
Ho, ho, ho.
Can we say Christmas?
Yeah, we can.
Holiday Challenge. Whatever you want to call it, we're going to call it the Christmas Challenge. And it's simply this, is we have an opportunity to do some good stuff. We as a collective society. So what we want you guys to do is this. Give to someone else, document it with the hashtag JagCC, and we'll do something cool with it.
Yeah.
That's all we're going to say. But if you can think of something, whether it's buying a coffee for somebody, putting a tab on, you stopping on the side of the road to help a lady up, I don't know, like buying somebody's groceries who looks like they could need help. Whatever it is, do something awesome. JagCC, we're going to do something fun with it.
Why not? I actually kind of like the CC because it's kind of like they're CCing us.
Yeah, sure.
Garrett Thackeray says, I want to move a hockey team to Saskatchewan, GoFundMe. Well, actually, Garrett, our team's Vegas.
You don't. That's the thing is we don't want to move a hockey team here. We just want to make it easier for us to get there and watch hockey because it's much warmer in Vegas. The odds are better in Vegas. It's a great place to get away, and the people seem amazing.
All my exes live in Vegas. Texas. Shoot. Anyway.
Anyway, I think that's the show.
That's the show. If you're new to the show, feel free to share the show. We give a prize once in a while. Before we sign off, I want to say one thing. I got an inventor friend. He's actually currently living in Vancouver, trying to do a really good thing. It's called Portavaria. You can Google it. It's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Reusable coffee lids that work in different coffee mugs instead of the thing. Check it out. He's doing
Portavaria.
He's doing like
so
an Indiegogo.
You like put this in anything, and then you're not wasting all that plastic on all those different things.
Yeah, it's washable, reusable.
Last thing for the 10 people, or maybe there's 50 of you left here. Can you guys just right now hammer on the like button or the love button? It just helps the show. Just hammer on the like button, the love button, the ha-ha, the angry, whatever you want to do. Just hammer on that.
I wish it was like a not funny button.
Oh,
right?
that could be
like
good.
Just like a meh button.
Or share the show. I'm going to ask you to share the show. We've got Jag sweaters here. We're going to document inventory, put it out to you guys, and you can win something good. Andrew Russell says, best comment last week. We don't know.
We're going to, next week we're going to do two comments.
Two prizes.
My apologies. I would tell you why, but then you would feel really weird about it. So.
Okay. All right, producer Mark. Send us out.